Welcome back to Von Blues Boxing, man. What's up with everybody this morning, man? So I just wanted to give my post-fight thoughts on Jojo Diaz and the Shavkat Rakhimov fight. Just want to give a quick little post thoughts on the card and some fights. Just quick. I'm gonna be quick because I mean everybody pretty much watched that fight that's a boxing fan. So um, real quick, I'm gonna start with Shane Mosley. I forgot the guy he fought. He was supposed to fight Jason Quigley. I don't know what happened. People tell me what happened with him and Jason Quigley. So Shane Mosley Jr. looked excellent last night against his opponent, man. He fought a really good fight. Stayed, fought at distance, stayed behind his jab, picked his shots really well. Didn't move, he stuck and moved, but didn't stick and move too much. And he got the job done, man. It was a nice performance by Shane Mosley Jr. That was a really, really good performance. Got the stoppage and looked at dominant in it, man. So good win for, good win for Shane Mosley. Just keep trucking along. You know what I'm saying? Shane Mosley, he's only had 19 fights, Shane Mosley Jr. He's only had 19 fights. So Shane is, he's had to learn the hard way. Shane Jr. had to learn at the highest levels, which is professional boxing, on the job. And man, it's not easy learning the professional ranks, so I mean, more power to him, man. I hope Shane Mosley Jr. keeps having success in his career, and man, keep pushing. Right on, Shane Jr. Right on. And then we had Oscar Negrit versus Ronnie Rios. I picked Oscar Negrit to get a unanimous decision, but Ronnie Rios got it. Ronnie Rios came in there looking good, man. Ronnie Rios looked good last night. Looked as sharp, brung the fight to Oscar Negrit. I mean, just never looked like he would ever struggle, never looked like he was in any kind of problems or any kind of issues in the fight. I mean, I kept looking at Oscar Negrit's body language. Ronnie Rios' body language, and man, he looked unfazed. He looked unfazed about throughout the whole fight. So it was a good win, man. He got in there, he beat Oscar Negrit. I know they're former training partners, so they didn't did that a million times, fight each other. It just was for money and, for them to move up, keep moving up the rankings. So good win to Ronnie Rios, man. Did good, impressive performance, looked it good. Nice win, man. Hopefully he can get another top 10 guy and try to put himself in position again. So, and then for the main event, Shavkat Rakhimov versus Jojo Diaz for the IBF Junior Lightweight title. That's 130 pounds, fellas. So Jojo missed weight by 3 pounds, and he was stripped of his title. So that was the controversy coming into the fight at first. And then I found out that Shavkat had some controversy with, in the Fuzili fight, he took some kind of, I guess he was accused of using some kind of substance in the fight. So both fighters had some controversy coming into this fight. But I picked in my decisions, I picked in my predictions that it would be a close fight. I picked that it would be, I picked Shavkat to win a split decision, but I picked if it went to the cards, they would give it to Jojo Diaz. I knew this would kind of be a close fight. I'm not trying to say I'm some boxing guru or super analyst or nothing. I just, from what I saw, you know what I'm saying? So it was a close fight. You could have went either way. You could have went 115, 113 to Diaz, or you could with 115, 113 to Shavkat. Because both guys, I felt like, did enough to win this fight. It was a lot of ebb and flows in this fight. I feel like Diaz did win those last 2 rounds, so maybe I would have given Jojo Diaz the split decision victory. But there was times that Shavkat did win rounds. There was times that Shavkat was taking control of certain rounds in the fight. You know what I'm saying? So it was a really good fight. Jojo did good. Jojo wasn't his best performance, and that's why I said this fight would be a split decision to be close, because of what happened with Jojo Diaz, missing weight, being stripped of his title, knowing regardless if he wins, he's not going to get that title. It's going to be vacant. So I was just wondering how it would play in Jojo's head, the thing is, it was a close fight, and either or, whoever you picked, hey, I had no issue with it. You pick Shavkat, cool. You pick what's it called? Cool, no problem. But the draw was a proper decision. That was a pretty proper one, and yeah. So it's gonna be seen what happens, after that. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna deal with the situation, because Tevin Farmer is gonna be awarded a title shot, and with Jojo not being able to get the title shot, not get the fight and be able to win the fight, not being able to get a shot at that title, it's kind of like Jojo's in the whole, he's in a position where he's kind of like, he's going to have to probably take a fight or two to get back to a title shot. And then for Shavkat, he's in a position where, okay, I didn't win the fight, but am I going to get the title shot against Tevin Farmer? You know what I'm saying? Are you guys going to pick somebody else in IBF? You know what I'm saying? And then for Tevin Farmer, it's like, okay, who am I going to fight? Am I going to fight Shavkat, or am I going to fight somebody else? So, it's a really, 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 really close thing, close fight. And, it's going to be a peculiar situation how the IBF deals with that. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be very, 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 peculiar and just kind of like, what are they going to do? So, yeah, that was basically just wanted to give my bits about that. Jojo Diaz did miss weight in things of that nature, but I'm not gonna hold it against him too much. I'm not gonna be like, oh, he's nah. I'm not gonna hold that against him. He owned up to it. Jojo owned up to the fight. After the fight, he said, man, my bad, I made the mistake, I gotta be better about it. That's it. Jojo learned from this. I mean, he went from having a super high of beating a guy like Tevin Farmer in a fight that people wasn't picking him to win to basically, having the lowest of lows, missing weight, being stripped of his title, and then having a draw against Shavkat. So, yeah, that's basically, pretty much my little bits and thoughts and post thoughts on that fight. It was a good fight, had a lot of ebb and flows in that fight. I know that some fight fans will go back and forth with that one, but, or a possible rematch. I ain't got no issue. I would love to see Shavkat and JoJo go at it again, So, yeah, that's just my quick thoughts on that, man. Just wanted to get that in. Y'all be good, y'all be safe. Von Blues Boxing, I'm out.